This is the Azerbaijan Baku Grand Prix. Let's face it, it was a snooze fest. It was a snooze fest. Let's face it, I don't care what team you support. It was a snooze fest. I'm going to quickly do this review. I'm not going to be really long here today. I'm just going to point out a few things. But I'm going to get my cold cues in here. This is TOTO Hammer. How you doing, bro? There you go, TOTO Hammer. I've just basically just set the stream and let's just go and talk about it. I was saying before I put you on here, I was saying it wasn't really entertaining, really. I think even the commentators was repeating that as well. Crafty was, a few of us were saying it's not really entertaining. There was nothing really to talk about, really. There was a couple of pointers, obviously, with the safety car incident at the end with them people jumping into the pit lane before the race had finished when Ocon came in to the pit on the last lap. But, you know, nothing really to talk about.
And you can see that commentary is getting bored. Crafty said in the middle of the race saying, "Oh yeah, can Hamilton bring any entertainment to this race?" Because the whole race was boring. And lap one was all right. Of course, lap one is all right because there's always controversy lap one.
Yeah.
And
especially here.
Yeah, man. There was one point that stood out for me at the end of the race where Ocon pitted at the last lap. Yeah, he pitted the last lap.
That's what I just said.
The photographers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then everyone was all greedy. Luckily, no one got hurt, but yeah, man, the whole race was just boring. It was just boring, just like the sprint, just like the qualifying. It was just, I'm not sure if it was even a good weekend. This F1 weekend weren't good at all.
By the beginning of the race, you had, like you said, the first lap is always usually the most entertaining, especially here. But when the race started, Max got a good start, but Charles still got the better of him at the beginning. But we knew when Max passed Charles Leclerc, we knew it was a matter of time what was going to happen. But I think that was a good move by Charles Leclerc. Lewis' tyres were graining at lap 7, which I'm not going to really go over it in detail. Like I said, we're going to do that at the debrief on Monday. But his tyres were graining. He had Alonso playing strategy in between. He was going to help out Ocon. Help out his teammate Lance Stroll, talking about the brake balance would be better on the corners. Lance Stroll was struggling because he hit the barrier, and it was all right. I think Alonso and Lance Stroll are good teammates. I think they're a good fit. I do, because I think Lance Stroll respects him.
Yeah, link on to that. Stroll, would sacrifice himself because Stroll said on the radio he will not attack Alonso because Alonso is struggling.
That's what I'm saying.
Needs DRS. Yeah. So Stroll never attacked Alonso, and Alonso said after he can have a go if he wants, but it will only be a matter of time. But the thing is, Alonso gained more time, and I think was behind Lewis at one time. So Alonso had a decent race, and also I think Stroll had in front of Lewis.
It was behind Lewis, but I think after the safety car, it gained advantage over the safety car, which kind of, again, Lewis getting bad luck by the safety car, you know. He was in a good position to get maybe 5th place, potential 4th place. And then as soon as he come into the pits, right, what was funny, he came into the pits and not long after they pulled the safety car. You know, just as he's always getting caught out by the safety car. But, I think Lance Stroll and Alonso are good teammates. Nick De Vries hitting the barrier again. This was a guy, Nick De Vries, who said when it comes into Formula 1, he's going to out-qualify Tsunoda. He's going to be the man on the team. And ever since he's done that, it hasn't happened. He's been twitchy with that car. You know, Formula 2 is not Formula 1. That's what he needs to realise. He probably knows that now, but he probably thought because he was good in Formula 2, he could... I remember he had that one race. He had that one race with Williams last year. And he done good in that race, and I reckon that's why he got the job at AlphaTauri. But at the end of the day, that's just one race, you know. And I think at the moment, Tsunoda's been getting the better of him. And then you had lap 14, Alonso made a move on Sainz in a place where you'd never overtake. He'd done it on, I think it was turn 3. It was in a very tight gap. A little bit like when Alonso overtook. Yeah, it was sick, innit? A bit like when Alonso overtook Hamilton at Bahrain. He always picks some spots where you never think you're going to overtake. He just catches you out. Alonso is just, look, if I was going to create a driver, it would be 2 drivers. I'd pick Alonso and Lewis. This is one of my favourite drivers on the grid. So what did you think of Alonso's... what did you think of Checo and Max Verstappen, what happened between them, and the way Christian Horner's is always basically... You can see it now for everybody to see that he's on Max's side.
Listen, every time when Perez wins a race, it's like I'm going to compare this. Every time Verstappen wins a race, he's more energetic, he's more happy, he's more excited. As soon as Perez wins a race, he always finds an excuse to see why Verstappen never won the race. And look, simply, Verstappen never won the race because he weren't fast enough to beat Perez. It's simple, really, because Perez all race was on form, all races on form, and Perez's pace is outstanding today, outstanding. And the strategy was good. Did good on the safety car. Verstappen got caught out on the safety car because he pitted before the safety car, and then as soon as Verstappen pitted, safety car came out. The Verstappen got caught out. But the thing is, Perez still won the race, and it was still quicker.
Exactly.
And at the end, Russell got the fastest lap.
If Max would have won the race, if Max would have won the race, sorry for interrupting, Toto. If Max would have won the race, and Perez would have got unlucky by the safety car and got second, you wouldn't have heard a whisper out of Horner. But what made it so like blatant is when the race finished, Checo won. You had his engineer saying congratulations, Perez. Nothing from Horner, because you know Horner's all over Max Verstappen's radio. What did you hear as soon as the race finished? What did you hear? He came onto Max Verstappen's radio, Horner, and Horner said, sorry about that, Max. You got it was unlucky because of the safety car. We know if it wasn't for the safety car, it would have been different. We know this. And he kept saying stuff like that on the radio and not giving Perez any respect. At the end of the day, Perez won the race. It was a Red Bull 1 and 2, but that's not good enough for him. He wants Max in front. Listen, we all know as fans that it's all about Max Verstappen in Red Bull, but now he's blatantly coming on TV and basically showing it. And you know, Perez must be thinking, you know what? Keep talking, man. All this is doing, if Perez is clever, this should fuel him to do better and to beat Max Verstappen, to shove it in their faces, because that's what you should do. Now, this is what I think, because I think it's a bit disrespectful to Checo, in my opinion. Yeah. Look, Max is in front, yeah. I think it's 6 points is in front now. Look, Max was struggling. He said he was struggling with his balance at lap 30. He said he was saying that yesterday as well. Maybe the fact is you're not struggling with your balance. Maybe it's the fact that Perez is better around here. Personally, do you think Perez is a better driver than Max?
Look, I've always said it. I'm going to say it. Perez is a better driver than Max. If Perez can race a race clean. Verstappen, we always mention this. Every time he used to go wheel to wheel, always collision. But when Perez is in the race, he does it cleanly. He doesn't moan. He doesn't go angry. He just does it clean.
Exactly.
And conservative. And then it's a huge difference there of drivers.
Yeah, every time Max Verstappen overtakes someone, there's always controversy. Why can't he ever overtake anyone clean? You know what I mean? Anyone clean. So what do you think of the overall race? That's what I'm trying to ask you. What do you think of the overall race?
The race, I said this in the beginning, it was boring the whole race. Of course, lap 1, Leclerc had a good start. Double yellow flag for Tsunoda because there was a little bit of debris on the track. And Verstappen take Perez on the starting line. So Verstappen had a better start than Perez. Verstappen was already catching Leclerc, of course, because that Red Bull car is really quick. And after that, after Verstappen and Perez overtook Leclerc, There's no fight. It was of course going to be a Red Bull 1 and 2, unless it's a DNF. So yeah, man, the whole race boring. Hamilton got in some battles, but not even that could bring the entertainment because the Red Bulls in front. No one could catch the Red Bulls. Lando did an all right move. I think it was.
Yeah, Lando. Yeah, caught. I remember that. Yeah. He passed Hockenberg and who else? Hockenberg and who did he pass?
Tsunoda.
That's it.
Hockenberg and Tsunoda. Him and one overtake at turn 7. That overtake from Lando was a good moment of the race.
That was a good moment, wasn't it? They never really talked about that on the TV. So what I'm gonna wrap it up. Yeah, no. What do you say? Well, you carry on.
The thing is, my best moments of the race is lap 1, the controversy between Leclerc and all that, and then my second best moment is the Lando Norris 2-1 overtake, and the third moment is when Ocon pits and all the photographers was in all in Parc Ferme, and the race hasn't even ended yet. So they're my 3 moments.
Well, I'm gonna wrap it up for the position. It was Perez on top with 25 points. Second, Max Verstappen. Third place, Leclerc. Fourth place, Alonso. Fifth place, Sainz. Sixth place, Hamilton. Seventh place, Stroll. Eighth place, Russell. Ninth place, Norris. 10th place, Tsunoda. 11th place, Oscar Piastri. I thought Oscar Piastri would have passed Tsunoda, but he never. Tsunoda held it off. Albon 12th, 13th, Kevin Magnussen. 14th, Gasly. 15th place, Ocon. 16th place, Sargent. 17th place, Nico Hülkenberg. 18th place, Bottas. 19th place, 1 year Joe. And last, Nick de Vries. And I think about it, right, when I was talking to... I know you're struggling to do this review because I'm struggling as well because there's nothing really to talk about. Understandable. When I was talking about Christian Horner at the end, there was interviewing Christian Horner. Christian Horner said, I thought that Nick de Vries was going to reverse out of that. I don't think there should have been a safety car. I don't understand why he couldn't reverse. And the thing about it, what makes me laugh, which I'm going to talk about on my video, I'm going to talk about it at the end, just downtime. I'm going to let you go in a minute, Toto. I don't want to keep you here longer than you have to because I know the race was just diabolical. I understand.
Yeah.
So before you go, right, just do your last briefing on the race and go through any details you need to talk about. I'm going to just wrap this video up because the race was boring.
Yeah, man. Stroll, lap 24, Stroll was struggling with the rear of his car. Lap 44, Mercedes are looking to give Lewis more power because Lewis was catching on Sainz, but he didn't have enough power. Mercedes looking to give him more power, but didn't work out in the end. It was close, but just not enough. Lap 45, thing is that got me cracking. Hulkenberg was going 45 laps on hard. This was lap 45 in her. And Hulkenberg went 45 laps in a hard. So that time management was good. I'm not sure if he pitted towards the end. Ocon pitted, so he got away with it. I'm not sure what's going to happen to Hulkenberg. I think he pitted, but I don't know what happened to Hulkenberg. If he never pitted, of course, he's going to get a penalty for next race or penalty for this race. And yeah, so Lando Norris, we already talk about that. Lap 50, Russell pit for the fastest lap. Got the fastest lap done, took it off Max, and that's what made me happy. So yeah, man.
I think it made.
There's nothing. There's nothing really else to talk about. All I've got here is my pit stops, safety cars, the Ocon, and Mercedes looking to give him more power. So that's basically all I've got.
I'm actually playing a game on my PC. I'm actually playing a game on the PC because there's nothing to talk about. Not really. I'll let you go, Toto. You want to plug anything before you leave?
Yeah,
by the way, before we're leaving, so yeah, you can say that about the football.
Yeah, of course, we've got football later. We've got watch along, player ratings, of course, live reaction as well. And yeah, man, there's still stuff to come for today. Let's hope that Liverpool actually pulls out a win.
Yeah. All right, then we're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna let you go, Toto. I'm gonna do
See
my
you
last.
later, guys.
See you later.
Toto Armour. Bye.
Before we wrap up, I'm going to say a few words before I leave. No. When Lewis Hamilton got screwed by the safety cars 5 times last year, All I heard is the commentators say, that's just the way it is. I heard multiple people, race engineers, team principals, that's just the way it is. Fans, haters, that's just the way it is. Even though we got screwed 5 times under the safety car where George Russell capitalised on it, I don't blame George Russell. I do not blame George Russell at all. Not at all. He's just doing what he needs to do. But the thing about it, where you get these commentators and you get all these media and you get all these fake F1 fans, I remember there was coming out today and they were saying this sport has gone. And my friend was saying on here, he goes, this sport has gone to the dogs. That was suggested. The commentators were suggesting that Max Verstappen should get his place back after the safety car. That it wasn't right. That's what they were saying. They said that Max should be given his position back after the safety car because he lost that position under the safety car. This is what I'm talking about Sky Sports commentators and the media and these fake fans, haters. They don't know what the rules are. How can someone get the position back because they lost it under the safety car? Why? Because it's Max Verstappen. Why? Because he's a fake champion. Why? Because he's a cost cap champion. Is that what it is? What about Lewis when he lost out in the safety car 5 times last season? You never heard Lewis moan. You never heard the commentators or media say, you know what? Lewis should get his place back. I remember Carew coming out and saying, because it is what it is. That's it. You just got to move on. But there was no move on for Max Verstappen, no. Max Verstappen should get his place back. And this is what I'm talking about, the stupid biased commentators. Not all of them. Damon Hill, respect. I've got 100% respect for Ted Kravitz because he calls it how it is. But it's just this constant bias towards him. They just don't like Lewis Hamilton. I just don't understand. Actually, I really do understand. I know why they don't like him. Come on, we know. But that's what my friends asked. A quote: "This sport has gone to the dogs because how can you suggest that Max be given back his position because he was unlucky with the safety car?" Lewis lost out. With this safety car 5 times last year. No argument. I was going to say the last part, but it's swearing. I'm not going to say that. That's funny. But it's true. Very simple. So this is the end of this Grand Prix. Hopefully one to forget. It was absolutely the way Christian Horner acted at the end towards Checo Perez. Zero respect for Checo Perez. Zero respect. And it shows right now. And he's not even hiding it. He's not even hiding it. His favoritism towards Max Verstappen. He's not even hiding it. He's coming out on the radio. Checo wins the race. No comment from Christian Horner. Mute. But the radio on Max Verstappen's radio are hard luck, Max. Don't worry. He was unlucky because of the safety car. You would have done it if it weren't for the safety car. And then he goes to the Sky Sports commentators and repeating it. At the end of the day, Checo, it's funny how Checo only does good here. Basically, that's what he was saying. This is my advice to Checo Perez. I know he's not going to see this video. Why would he? This is my thing to Checo Perez. At the end of the day, if you want to win this world title, you've got to do it on your own. If you believe the strategy's not right, if you believe that the strategy's not right, yeah, don't listen to him. Listen to your instinct. If you want to win a world title, this is your year, Checo Perez. Don't listen to anybody. Go by your natural instinct. If they tell you to come in and you believe it's wrong, don't come in. You come in when you want to come in. Because at the end of the season, they're probably going to get rid of you anyway and bring in Daniel Ricciardo. So this is your last chance to win a world title. And I think everybody, 99% of the F1 community want you to win. And that's it, man. At the end of the day, I'm signing off, man. There's nothing to say. See you guys next week in Miami. That's it, man. I'm off. See you next, guys, in Miami. Don't forget later on the football watch along with Liverpool and the player ratings tonight as well. So there's still more to come this weekend from my channel. Hit the like button, guys. Respect it up. It's free, man. Scan the QR code. Big up to everybody. See you later, guys.